Oh hey, didn't see you there. Welcome to Board It Up, a channel all about board games. My name's Aaron, I'm your host, and today I'm unboxing Colt Express by Christophe Raimbault and Jordi Valbuena. Now this was the winner of Spiel de Jahres in 2015. It's published by Ludonaute. It's a kind of a secret action, secret role, not really secret role, but secret action, Western themed game. It's a bigger box. It has really cool artwork, as you can see at the back. Kind of comic style. It's about 40 minutes per game, 2 to 6 players, and ages 10 and up. So, without further ado, let's open this guy up and see what's inside. This game has a few expansions that I'll be unboxing in the near future as well, so stay tuned for that if you like this game. There we go. Colt Express. Screaming and stealing to the end. As you can see, it's won all these awards. It was a very popular game, really well made. On top you have this manual. Describes all the rules, the content. Has a little bit of the backstory of, actually that's not backstory, these are the special abilities. Just have a quote from different characters. So there's an expert variant, very cool. Okay. Alright, let's put that to the side for now. Let's look at this. Oh, this is the instructions manual to actually construct the stagecoaches. Build your own train using these punchboard pieces. So I'll do that off screen and I'll show you what the final product looks like. So let's take these punchboards out for now. We'll come back to them in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so these are all punchboards. Pieces come out. All right. Let's look at the characters here. So they have these nice character boards. They are double-sided, although I believe it's the same on both sides. Yeah, so it's double-sided. It's plastic. It's cardboard. It's pretty thin, but it's just for. You don't really need this to play the game. So as long as you know that there's a bonus there, and you know where to put your cards. But it's cool that they included this. So you have Tuco, you have Bell. And these icons would mean something if you have read the rules. I have not read the rules yet, so it's just a reminder. Some icons to remind you how they play. Cheyenne is, I suppose, how you pronounce that. Cheyenne, maybe. And then you have Django. Cool. And then you have Ghost. And you have Doc. Okay, so those are the characters. Let's look at the minis that came in here. Oh, as you can see, the box is divided up into different slots, so you can, I'm supposing that you can actually build the trains and put each carriage in the slots built, so you don't have to take it apart and build every single time, which is pretty cool. So let's look at the minis. These are meeples, but Western style meeples. Now, they would match the color of the character that you're playing. Plus, of course, there is a sheriff. And I believe the sheriff is yellow. Maybe the sheriff is black. Actually, let's see. the sheriff is yellow because there is no yellow character. So red, purple-ish, yeah, purple, green, black, white, and blue. So the yellow would be the sheriff. Makes sense. These are wooden. Oh, pretty simple, but also, I mean, you don't expect a lot of detail on meeples. Nice and thick, pretty nice. Nice to hold, has a decent weight. Yeah, so that's that. Let's put the meeples there for now. Let's look at the cards. Now, how this game works is you in general, you take turns. You have a deck of cards. That's your own deck, and as you can see, you can tell whose deck it is by the actual images. Like this would be ghosts because all the actions. So this would be a move action, as opposed to someone else's move action. That's Doc's move action. So you actually have the individual characters represented in the artwork in their deck. So you have this deck, you're shuffling it in, and you're drawing a certain number of cards, and then you go around playing cards either face up or face down, and you're planning out the whole turn together by playing cards and see what happens. You're building a story, and then once everybody has played their cards, then you reveal what has happened in that order. So maybe one person is climbing up while a couple of them are shooting at each other, and one person is trying to steal the loot that they've been dropping as people get shot, while at the same time the sheriff is looking for you. So it's a very cool mechanic, and it easily opens up for a lot of role playing as well. Especially, it's a very cool time period, very cool genre with gunslinging and stealing and looting, as the box says. So that's very cool. The card stock is not the best out there, but so I'm not sure if I would end up sleeving these cards, because this is not the type of game which I personally would sleeve, because they don't get a lot of wear and tear. There's no quick real-time gameplay or cards getting slammed or thrown around, so if you take good care, which I usually do, these cards should last. So, and then you have the rest of the characters, Belle and Shane Chen. So if you're a board gamer who likes the Western themes, or if you like Western movies, Clint Eastwood kind of deal, this would be right up your alley, because it's very easy to teach, and the turns do go rather quickly, and it captures the theme very well. So okay, so these are when you get shot by the sheriff, I believe. So there's a bit of deck building as well, or rather deck hurting, because when you shoot somebody, you're adding a damage card into your deck, so it clogs up your deck, so you will have bad draws later on. But other than that, there's not much deck building. So, and each round will determine what happens, how many phases there are in that round, like how many times you go around playing cards. And then some of them have special effects, like this one, I guess you go backwards, turn in a backwards turn order at the end. This one has tunnels, so you play your cards face down, so you don't know what everybody's doing in that turn. It kind of happens in the dark, which is really cool mechanic here. You get to play 2 cards, and that one when it's your turn. Yeah, so because you're not using all these cards in the same game, you're shuffling them in, drawing a certain number depending on how many players there are, etc. So every game would feel fresh to some extent. And then you have these character cards as well that have their icons that tell you what they do, more or less. Yeah. So all these ones are the same at the back there. So let's close up a bit here. There you go. You can see the artwork. It's very colorful, which I really appreciate in a game. And yeah, that's it. So these are all the cards and all the meeples. What I'm probably going to do that now is build the actual train off camera, and I'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like.